Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. For 64 consecutive matches, Brazil's home turf had stood as an impenetrable fortress in World Cup qualifiers. It was an unbeaten record spanning decades. No one, and I mean no one, had been able to defeat them on their own soil. On that night, Argentina, freshly crowned world champions and led by Lionel Messi, stepped onto the hallowed ground of the Maracanã Stadium. They did not merely win, they shattered history, but that was not the end of it. In their most recent qualifying match held on March 25, 2025, Argentina not only won once again but utterly dismantled Brazil, securing a resounding 4-1 victory. The tremors that originated in Rio have now escalated into a full-blown earthquake. The question is no longer simply, can Argentina win now? As we look toward what may well be the twilight of the greatest player of all time's career, the stakes are far higher. It is about his legacy. In this final battle on the world stage, can Lionel Messi once again defeat his greatest rival completely and decisively? To understand the current situation, one must look back to that chaotic night in Rio. The stakes were immense, of course, qualifying points were on the line. But this was Brazil versus Argentina. In this fixture, honor, history, and the right to rule South America are and always have been the only things that truly matter. Even before kickoff, the entire stadium was engulfed in chaos and anarchy. Brazilian police were seen engaging in violent clashes with Argentine supporters. The situation escalated to such a point that Captain Lionel Messi led his entire squad off the pitch. How could he possibly agree to play while his own teammates were in danger? It was a powerful display of leadership, yet it cast a deep, dark shadow over the entire match. The tension was so palpable it felt as though it could be cut with a knife. After a 30-minute delay, the match finally began, but the spectacle that unfolded was anything but pleasant. Forget about this was more like a street fight. It was a bitter, foul-laden battle, one that felt less like a football match and more like a war. Then in the 63rd minute that historic moment arrived. A corner kick taken by Giovanni Lo Celso found the head of the warrior, Nicolas Otamendi. He rose into the air to connect with the ball, and a hush fell over the Maracanã Stadium. This was no magic trick by Messi, it was a powerful, courageous goal scored by a defender, a moment that encapsulated the entire story of that night. The final whistle confirmed what no one had ever imagined possible. For the first time in history, Brazil had lost a World Cup qualifying match on home soil. It was a humiliating defeat for the entire nation. As the Argentine players celebrated their victory on their rival's turf, their message was crystal clear. The true kings of the world were the blue and white stripes. That night in Rio was no fluke. It signaled that two legendary teams were heading in completely different directions, a trend that has only become more pronounced since then. Under the extraordinary guidance of Lionel Scaloni, Argentina operates like a finely tuned machine. This is not merely a team built around Messi, it is a perfectly balanced squad that knows how to win at any cost. They can dazzle you with their skill, or as they proved at the Maracanã, they can drag you into a grueling battle, refusing to give up until the very end. They play with the kind of confidence that only comes from being world champions, and they sit comfortably atop the qualifying standings. And then there is Brazil, a powerhouse squad currently grappling with an identity crisis. Their defeat to Argentina in 2023 marked their third consecutive loss in the qualifiers, a precipitous decline previously unheard of for the five-time champions. To navigate this situation, they have brought in a legendary coach, Carlo Ancelotti, marking the first international coaching stint of his career. They boast star players like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, yet the team still seems to be searching for its true identity. They resemble a wounded lion, desperate for revenge, and we all know just how dangerous such a beast can be. This rivalry offers us everything: volatility, excitement, and history. If you enjoy the narrative beyond just the scoreline, please heed my request and hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to the 2026 World Cup, and this journey has only just begun. Where does the GOAT, greatest of all time, fit into all of this? In that historic 1-0 victory, he neither scored a goal nor provided an assist, yet his mere presence meant everything. Amidst the chaos preceding the match, his leadership created the perfect atmosphere for the team. Even in the eye of that storm, he remained completely calm and composed. But now, time is slipping away, and fast. By the time the 2026 World Cup arrives, Messi will be 39 years old. He has not yet confirmed whether he will play in it. he has stated that he is taking things day by day. For Argentina, every match is of paramount importance, as if they are playing not only against their opponents but against time itself, and perhaps the strangest fact, a minor blemish on an otherwise near-perfect career, is this: Lionel Messi has never scored a goal against Brazil in a competitive match, not in World Cup qualifiers, nor in the Copa America. Not quite. All of his goals against them have come exclusively in friendly matches. It is a curious statistic, almost as if there remains a final boss whom he has yet to defeat on his own terms. This upcoming qualifying match against Brazil is no ordinary fixture. This may well be the last time Messi faces his nation's greatest rival in a match that truly matters. It is his final opportunity to break this curse. It is their last chance not merely to defeat Brazil, but to conquer them personally and definitively once and for all. When these two teams meet again, it will be a fierce contest between the established champions, Argentina, and a Brazil side striving to reclaim its lost glory under the guidance of a brilliant new coach. Their tactical approaches promise to be fascinating. Argentina's game plan is tried and tested, anchored by a powerful engine room, midfield, featuring players like De Paul and Mac Allister. They maintain absolute control over the middle of the park, led by the formidable Christian Cuti Romero. Their defense grants Messi the freedom to roam the pitch, hunt for openings, and thread that killer pass to Julian Alvarez or Lautaro Martinez. They will be patient, they will be disciplined, and they will be utterly ruthless. For Brazil, the situation is somewhat more complex. Carlo Ancelotti's challenge lies in finally molding this collection of extraordinary individual talents into a cohesive team unit. Can he devise a strategy that fully unlocks Vinicius Jr.'s immense potential on the international stage? They must play on the front foot and attempt to disrupt Argentina's rhythm, but above all, they will play with unbridled passion. They are playing to avenge not just a single defeat, but a series of recent setbacks. They are playing to prove that their empire has not yet fallen. And so, we return to the big question: can Messi finally defeat Brazil? This is about far more than just 3 points. It is a definitive statement in football's greatest international rivalry. This is the story of an aging king seeking to assert his dominance over a proud legend, one who is desperate to reclaim his throne. This is Messi nearing the twilight of his career. He faces a challenge he has never personally conquered. An Argentine victory, particularly one driven by a goal from Messi, would serve as the ultimate verdict. It would be the definitive checkmate. A victory for Brazil, conversely, would be a monumental declaration, a proclamation that their crisis has ended and that the road to the World Cup once again runs through them. So what do you think? Will Messi finally score that long-awaited goal against Brazil and deliver yet another glorious victory for Argentina, or will Ancelotti's Brazil rise from the ashes to spoil Argentina's celebrations? Don't forget to share your honest predictions in the comments below. For more videos like this, be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.